I don't want to jinx you, but I don't think you've turned it over the last 3 games. I think you've had 26 assists since then. Have you been doing anything differently? Have you been kind of running things the last few games that's allowed for that kind of efficiency?
I don't know. I've just been trying to make better reads, make smarter decisions, and I feel like the game's been slowing down a little bit for me, so that always helps when you're seeing your reads just a little more clear. But no, just being a little more conscious of not trying to go into small spaces and make risky passes that are just unnecessary and mess up the flow of the game. So yeah.
And what about your shot selection? I think the last 2 games you've only shot a couple threes.
Yeah.
Are you looking for better shots, less shots, or what's changed there?
I think just the last few is just based on what the other team's doing. I mean, Pepperdine was showing a lot and trying to get the ball in my hands, make me make other plays. So just trying to let the game come to me, not force shots if I don't need to take them. And we got a bunch of great players that can make shots, so I'm not really too worried about my shots. I know they're gonna come, and yeah, I'm just gonna take the best shots for what the team needs in order to win games.
What do you learn from a road trip like you guys just had, 3 straight road games, and where can you like glean some stuff to grow from that as you get into later part of the conference play here?
Sorry, can you say the first part of that again?
What do you learn from a road stretch like you guys just had, and things that you could take from that?
Yeah, just that our defense could travel. When you go on the road and you have 2 defensive performances like the one we did, I think that's huge, and that's something we can bring back to the kennel and just bring back for the rest of the year. Trying to allow our defense to dictate how the game goes, and regardless if shots are falling or not, our defense could be a point that just stays consistent.
What are you seeing out of San Francisco?
I really haven't watched them too much yet. Coaches definitely prepare us for that. We'll probably have 2 days of scout today and the next day. But I heard they got a really athletic 5-man. They like to cut a lot. Obviously, they're top of the league in conference play, so they're playing pretty good basketball right now. And it'll be a tough one, but we're going to be super excited to get back in the kennel in front of the fans. Students will all be back, so looking forward to it.
Going back to playing on the road, when you were in the Big East, you were playing in front of 15, 20,000 seat arenas. Here on the West Coast, you know, gyms might only hold 5,000, 6,000, but it's a rowdy 5,000, 6,000 that all want to see you guys go down. Just what's that been like for you? Kind of, has it been an adjustment, or between the lines, do you kind of phase it out?
Yeah, honestly, it's cool because sometimes in the Big East it would be big stadiums, a little bit smaller crowds for a Creighton. Maybe something like Villanova will get a huge crowd every night. So it's just good to be a team that everybody's gunning for, and you know you're going to get their best shot, their biggest crowds for us in those games. So you know it's going to be a rowdy environment. And yeah, it seems kind of more like a high school kind of environment. But those are some of the best environments I've ever played in. Small gyms, packed, and they're super fun.
And for you, you know, a lot of for you, this is the first time you're playing a lot of these teams.
Yeah.
You know, and rosters change year to year, but do you lean on guys like Anton, say, hey, San Francisco typically plays like this, or Pacific typically plays like that, or something like that?
Yeah, maybe the guys obviously like Anton would know how to play against teams like that, but more so the coaches, they've obviously done it for a long time. Coach Fuse probably played these guys, I don't even know how many times. But you know, so just the coaches leaning on them, and they know what these guys do. So yeah.
Brian, you had over 10 assists the other night. First Gonzaga guy to do that since Andrew did that a few years ago. Do you guys keep in touch throughout the season? I know you both crazy schedules, but what's sort of that dialogue that you have throughout the year?
Yeah, we definitely keep in touch. We talk a lot, FaceTime all the time. So we definitely talk about each other's seasons and stuff. Didn't really talk too much about the 10 assists or whatever double-digit assists, but yeah, we definitely keep in touch a lot.
Has he given you any feedback on your play this year so far, the games he's had a chance to watch?
Not too much. I mean, we talk here and there about little things that he sees in terms of whatever ball screen reads or certain stuff like that. But he kind of just lets me do my thing, and he knows I watch film. But if he sees some things that he thinks I could improve on or he thinks he can help me with, he'll definitely let me know.
Big picture, just how cool is it to have a brother in the NBA, knowing that's probably somewhere you want to be someday?
Yeah, super cool, man. It's just something to look up to. We're obviously really close, and it's just super cool to see him chasing his dreams and actually achieving them. So. Yeah, somewhere I want to be one day, and it's great to have someone that could just help you and give you a lot of feedback on that.
How hard is it to play 40 minutes against a really good opponent? You guys have done that a lot. You, Nolan, and Anton. And what's the body feel like the next night or next day?
Yeah, it's tough, but at the same time, I feel like I've done it a lot at Creighton too. I played a lot of 40-minute games at Creighton, 39s, freshman and sophomore year over there. So it's nothing really new to me. Shoot, I'd rather be playing than on the bench, so I don't mind it. And you know, we get treatment the next day. We got a bunch of off days and stuff, so coaches keep it a little bit light, especially if they know we play big minutes. So I'm young, body's feeling pretty good, you know.
Was it like a vacation getting time on the bench against San Diego and Pep?
Yeah, it felt good. It's also just nice to see those guys hoop. Guys that we know practice every single day and know they're not going to play in a lot of these games. So it's super nice to see them get on the floor and do things that we see in practice every day. But it's just nice to see those guys get an opportunity.
You know about the history of the program through Andrew and following it then. Obviously, a lot of chatter about where y'all are in the bubble and all that.
Yeah.
The streak of WCC titles, those things. What? How do you deal with that? Does that bring pressure? Do you tune it out? Do you fuel off of social media?
I honestly don't really care too much about social media. I don't really hear what people are saying. We try and just stay in between what we got going on in this gym right here in this locker room, and we don't really care too much about the external factors. We know if we win games, we're going to be in the tournament. We're playing good basketball right now, and we'll be fine throughout the rest of the year if we just take care of business. So I'm not too worried about what everybody else is saying. Everybody kind of wants to hate on Gonzaga right now, so we're cool with that.
Does pressure just come with playing here, especially point guard? You know the history of that, right?
I think pressure just comes with winning games at such a prestigious program like this. I don't really put too much pressure on myself as a player, but yeah, obviously this program has a great line of winners and winning basketball and just being a winning program. So it's there's definitely some pressure, but yeah, we're just worried about us.
Talked to a few people about Graham Ike and kind of the work that he does behind the scenes with his body, a lot of film work. Have you seen any examples of that? It's only been a few months playing with him so far, but what have you seen from him from that
Honestly, I've seen
standpoint?
it from the summer. He's always stretching early morning. Like, he'll wake up super early in the morning just to get a little stretching, make sure his body's right to start the day. So I mean, he's super consistent and super ahead of the whatever to make sure his body's good and make sure he's feeling good to come game time. So he's a super hard worker, and he gets always working.
All good?
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you.